Good afternoon. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News. We are digging deeper into the investigation from the shooting death of 18-year-old Charlie Foster in Summit Cove. In the hours before Foster was shot and killed by police this July, his family called the sheriff's mental health co-responder team 4 times. 3 of 4 times he was assessed and released and not considered a danger to himself. The 4th and final time was 2 a.m. when Foster refused to go to the hospital. Sheriff Jamie Fitzsimons.
I have been such a strong advocate, as you know, for mental health and our programs here and our co-responder team, the SMART team, our STAR team in the jail.
The DA's office is not pressing criminal charges against the 2 officers involved in that shooting. The internal affairs investigation is ongoing to assess training and culture at Dillon PD and the sheriff's office, including the co-responder team. The I-70 Coalition is calling for bumper-to-bumper traffic this Labor Day weekend. 4-day traffic last year was nearly 189,000 cars. That was just barely busier than the past 2 years, but slower than the 3 years leading up to 2020. So far this year, traffic has been shrinking every week since mid-July. Last August, traffic was growing. Our advice to beat the worst of holiday backups? Travel before 10 a.m. or after 6 p.m. all weekend. You can expect the heaviest traffic Sunday heading eastbound. Back on the blue in Breck tomorrow, it's the Great Rubber Duck Race. Jeannie Bestranen with Duck Race presenter the Summit Foundation on the Krystal Morning Show today.
So many ducks.
How many ducks?
We will likely sell over 10,000 ducks.
At $5 a piece plus some, that's at least $50,000 for Summit Foundation grants and scholarships.
The start is at Maggie Pond, and then the finish line is down there by the Riverwalk. So they go all the way through town on that little river.
Ducks are still available to buy on site tomorrow, starting at 11 a.m. The first races are at 1 p.m. The Great Race is at 3. This is the 36th year. E.T. has landed in Frisco, but it's not what you think.
Extraterritorial water application process.
That was town manager Tom Fisher.
Sounds like extraterrestrial, but that's not. It's extraterritorial, which basically means outside of town.
This new ET water process will help Frisco assess 2 affordable housing projects just outside town limits, up to 17 units at Bill's Ranch and more than 400 units at Lake Hill.
Look at the impacts of that, whether it's on the roads, on trails, on parks, on police services, whatever it is.
Putting this process on paper makes sure the town is not promising more water than it has to give.
Not only are they going to be paying for water, but they also have to build the infrastructure to their property.
Lake Hill, for example, will have to install all of the piping for sewer and water. Local fire danger remains moderate today in Summit, still with no fire restrictions. In local entertainment news, showing today at the Eclipse in Breck, Golda. A sneak preview of that film sold out last month. It follows embattled Israeli Prime Minister Golda Meir as she navigates the Yom Kippur War of 1973. Golda is showing today and all weekend at the Eclipse Theater in downtown Breck. In sports, the Rockies open a weekend series with the Blue Jays today at 6:40. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. on Fox. Deion Sanders is making his Colorado debut when the Buffs play TCU. Colorado State football opens the season with Washington State at 5 p.m. on CBS Sports. And in local sports, the Summit High Cross Country team is racing in Minturn today in Malloy Park. Volleyball opens a weekend tournament in Littleton. Senior Carlin Frazier is ready for the test of her team.
It'll be fun to go and get to play new teams that we've never played before because we've never gone down and played any Denver teams besides last year when we went and we played leagues.
The volleyball tournament continues tomorrow. It's scramble season here in Summit, with 3 golf scrambles raising money for Summit High sports. The first and the oldest is the Tiger Cup at Breck Golf Club September 11th, benefiting Summit High football and baseball. Next up is the Summit Rugby Scramble, also at Breck September 14th, benefiting the girls and the boys teams. And finally, it's the new Birdies and Buckets Scramble at the Raven, September 18th, benefiting boys and girls basketball. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News.